Welcome back, everyone, as we continue our Fool's Trek in the Banner Saga. I say the Fool's Trek because I honestly can't say that anything good is going to happen at any point during this game. Or the series, I should say. Oh, great. A gaunt man and woman approach the caravan, hands held high. "A word, friends," the man says. "We are poor farmers, down on our luck." The woman hits him and says, "We're outlaws, plain and simple. 10 of us, and we'll help you in a fight for some food up front. Join us and you'll be watched. What are your crimes? Send the outlaws away." Well, it seems only fair to at least ask what their crimes are. "Misunderstandings," the man says. "Mead houses are confusing. Never know when you've drank your share." The woman hits him again and says, "We've stolen, killed a few when we had to. Skills that might benefit you out here." Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. "We are so much more than..." The man stops as the woman glares at him. He nods and they shuffle away quietly. It takes until camp is set to notice that a few of your supplies have gone missing. I mean, fair. I won't blame them too much. I mean, I will, but like, I wasn't gonna bring them along. Like, yeah, we kill people just like once in a while. I mean, like, is it that bad? The godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Weird. "Should we be worried about that?" you ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. "I don't think so," he replies. "Still couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning." I mean, inspect? That always seems like the fun option. Ingrid's godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, though Avon tells you some of the menders have deciphered them. It's how the menders learn the language of the gods. Past the largest stone, a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. That's weird. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, Avon doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. "I guess we'll pack up and move on." Yay, morale. As you're readying to depart, you hear screams from near the main godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment, you think it must have not been dead. But then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hand. "Wait," says Ivor, his arms across his chest. "This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away." A chill sweeps over you. Alette pushes past and gasps. "Stop!" shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. Seen what? "Leave it." On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure, its hands searching for something it can't find. That's a baby. That dredge is a woman? We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time? Leaving them to die? In a war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women and children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading, they're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness, something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Also, the sun stopped in the sky. That also seems like a pretty significant fixture in the world, but I don't know. Maybe that's not worth pointing out. "Ivor, you knew! Why? Why didn't you say something?" Ivor. When I was young, I killed one of the Sunder during the Second Great War. We called it Raise. Every time we build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl and stumbled upon Raise during a snowstorm. Alone. She was nursing. I'm sorry, what? That. I have questions. I have a lot of questions. I threw my axe. It twisted in the wind. Her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed Asunder. When I found my way to Grofheim, the Varl wanted to make me Kender, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skoger, where no one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. Well. Oh, I was like, oh, I guess we're just gonna leave. For a long time, nobody says a thing until a child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby? She asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. Before you? Put to a vote, insist on taking it with the caravan, insist on leaving it behind, stay out of this one. Look. I mean, at this point, you haven't even seen it yet, but I've got Bulwark in my party, so I've had a little look-see into the future, just with my third eye, and I'm gonna take it with us for reasons that might become apparent when and if I ever make it to the third game. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take the dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Well, honestly, they can go fuck themselves, so I don't know what to tell you. Not long afterward, one of the women comes to you. Its swaddling was being held by this, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere. From the goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. Ooh, stuff. Vadrun. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to say that. Okay, let's camp out basically immediately so that I can see what that does. Oh god, we're gonna have the red console error flash though. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it seems worth noting. Oh, Trigby, I forgot about you. Bulwark is back in here somewhere. Don't worry about that. That's nothing. Given as a charm by the god Ingrid to ward off disaster, it bears the inscription Persevere. 1 strength resist. So does that mean I get 1 less strength damage? That seems to make sense. That... Okay, I've increased Gunnulf's strength to 18, but honestly, that doesn't sound like the worst thing for him, because that allows his strength to remain up. Oh, and I also have him with the obsidian ring, which increases strength, but I think I'm gonna go with this, because I hate when he loses strength. Oh, that's so aggravating. Then, who else might it be pertinent to give this to? What do you have equipped? 1 armor. I kind of want his armor to be as high as it can be. If he's kind of running in there blind. Alette? Yeah, I don't think you can equip it. I mean... What's this do? 1 armor per rest. Do not care about that. Okay, well, Alette's not really doing a whole lot, to be perfectly honest. Okay, I'm gonna hang on to the obsidian ring for the moment. And let's leave. Oh yeah, I guess the only reason I was here was to look at that. Oh, God, I almost totally forgot. It's time for my... Oh, God, no. Not a morale decline. I don't know when I'm going to get in a battle again. I haven't even said this video yet. This game is so beautiful. Oh. If anyone's watching this and has any idea, what is the developer doing? I think... well, here we go. I think I was looking recently and saw that they had job openings for... something. I think maybe some developers because they're working on a new game? I mean, the Banner Saga is decidedly over, but I do wonder what they're going to be doing next. You're making the rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area where Varl have gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. Okie doke. Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a mead house than battling asunder? No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some warriors, plow headfirst into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost. Now they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, did they have Bellower leading them? Have you never heard about the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? Don't stop on my account. You're planning on confronting the dredge? Fucking go for it, I guess. Careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here, and apparently throwing axes as well. The warriors were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredge on our asses. Bellower pulling up the rear. Pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. How about some gratitude? Thought you'd be happy to finally be the oldest Varl in the land, Ubin. I'm never happy to lose more Varl, Krumer. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. Nobody's going anywhere. I'll leave you to it. I really don't feel like getting in the mix of this. Leave my ass. You must be used to Ivor following your lead. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you coming, Ingvar? You could ask Bellower for your arm back. Don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Alright then, I'll tell Hatterborg, whatever. You said hello. Krumer and a good many of our warriors head out toward the growing army of Dredge. Is he going to come back? He always has before, but this time it feels different, I fear. Well, I lost Krumer. That's unfortunate, but I'm really glad that I now have Bulwark in my party. Somehow. That's neither here nor there. As you're nodding off to sleep... Oh, guys, who's shouting fire? As you're nodding off to sleep, shouts of fire pull you back to attention. Flames quickly consume a supply wagon and a few tents. A woman cries out, "My boy!" and points to a burning tent closest to the outlying Varl. Two of the giants are motionless, staring at the spreading fire with terror in their eyes. Well, I don't know for sure, but it's sounding like the Varl are not really in the best of ways when it comes to fire. Command the Varl to help. Yeah, they're already doing a great job, so I'm going to pass on that. Organize the peasants to put out the fires. Go in after the boy yourself. Make an effort to save the rest of the supplies. Okay, so go in after the boy yourself. So I'm not telling anyone, like, okay, I'll get the boy. Then could someone put out the fire? And then make an effort to save the rest of the supplies. Like, okay, so we're leaving the boy to die. So organize the peasants to put out the fires. Kind of seems like my best or most desired option here. I don't know if best is really the word for it. You look away from the petrified Varl and rush to help others dip blankets into water barrels to combat the fire. When the flames seem under control, you're able to retrieve the coughing boy. The ashamed Varl retreat further from camp while peasants count the lost supplies. Ay. Okay, well, I still have 14 days of supplies. What in the depths was that about, you mutter to yourself. Something about the fire, Oddleaf tells you. I've heard of this before. They don't like it. Doesn't change what happened, you think to yourself. So I was right. Apparently, Varl are not a fan of fire, and I also don't like when I lose morale. I would like to keep everyone fed and happy, because when I get in a battle, the Sigerholm, wow. I'd like to make sure that I'm not going to lose people. What is... Oh! Gather round, doubters! Echoes a shout in the distance, as Krumer and his band of warriors break through the nearby foliage. And behold the invincible Varl. The caravan is thrilled to see Krumer return safely. Well, most of the people. Did the plan work? Asked Ubin. Work? responds Krumer. Of course it worked. Same old dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find their own asses. 20 renown, fantastic. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these, Krumer says, tossing you a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a varl. He leans in close, whispering so Ubin can't hear. Had something to do with the raven's nest and a hair tie. Dunder's hand. Well, time to go looking for more stuff again. Wait, aw, damn it. The varl came back, so now my supplies are getting more limited. I was so excited there for a second that I had more days worth of supplies. Krumer, get back in front, I guess. Okay, what was this? Oh, hello. Well, damn it. God, I put this on him, and now suddenly, like, I can have +3 strength instead of 5. No, 2. Boy. But I could equip, because I equipped him with the God Scale. Now I'm thinking it might be better to equip this. Well, honestly, he does really need the armor, but I will also take the 16 strength. Which puts him in a bit of a weird spot, but at least he's basically able to hit twice. Okay, let's leave, and... Christ, are we even going to be able to make it to Sigurholm before something else happens? Like losing more supplies?
As Sigurholm approaches, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud home sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
Probably nothing. Well, I bet Juno's dead. Sad that we came here for no reason. I love seeing... What is that? Oh god, I can actually see Bulwark in the lineup there. That is amazing. I had no idea that it actually showed the people who are actively in your party. This is looking a bit grim. Oh, well, hello. One catastrophe to another, says Oddleif as you pull into Sigurholm. The town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. Okay, I have a question, actually. Not really that anyone needs to be answering it, but just a thought. Oddleif and her husband, if I'm not mistaken, I think did he live? The previous chief of the town where they came from? So then, I mean, if he's still alive, I just kind of find it odd that we haven't seen him since whenever the hell that was. No, says Avon, looking frantic. Where is she? He runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare. Aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat, I was like, oh god, a skeleton already? How the fuck long ago did this quake happen? You reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. Bet they're gonna be real jazzed about me being here. All I'm saying is how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of caravan, you've inadvertently walked into a debate between Oddleif and Avond. As long as we need to. And I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. The people here are staring at us like those vultures in the wastes. I'm sorry, Avond. I think Oddleif is right. I saw a man. The whole time we were setting up, he was just watching me. In a creepy way. Ooh, god, I immediately don't like that, and don't know what that means. Whoops, didn't read that. Juno will come. Just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. Well, I don't know about all that. Ooh, market. Heroes, map. Okay, I'll go to the market, check the heroes, and then we'll move on from here. Alright, I stocked up on supplies, at least I'm up a few days, and I'm now completely out of renown, basically. Okay, Avon, what do you got going on? Juno is clearly not here, probably at the bottom of the lake for all we know. You're really worried about her, aren't you? What? Oh, Juno. Worry doesn't begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here, or something has happened to her, are you sure what you saw was real? It could have been a dream, or, I don't know. You were pretty exhausted. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure anymore. Everything is a blur. Uh, don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope it wasn't just a dream. What's it like to be a mender? That's a good question that I would like to know. Being a mender? I guess I never really thought about it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I would join the order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father, both menders. The guild is for lots of people now. Builders and healers. Do they all pull lightning out of the sky? No, that's not normal. It's one of the reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helps me control things like this, so we don't end up scaring people. How exactly does weaving work? Also a question I'd love to know the answer to. Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything is part of the tapestry. It's made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it, really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. Look at my staff, for example. Some menders carve intricate patterns in the wood to help them remember the shapes of... like I said, it's hard to explain. Why is Bellower still following us? I saw Grofheim as it burned. Avon gets a faraway look in his eyes. The sunder blew through it like a tempest. The Varl fell in the thousands. Oh, God. Well, that's a lot, considering there's like, what, a few thousand of them left? I think half of them are in my current party. Most of the Sunder left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to, or heading toward Arborang. Bellower stayed in Grofheim, just for the sport of it, I think. As we fled to Einertoft, I thought he must want to wipe the Varl off the map completely. But then he came after us. Maybe he knew Ivor was the one who killed Rays. Maybe, but let's just make sure he doesn't catch up. Do you think this is the end times? I don't know what to think. I wish I could give you a better answer. I kinda don't want you to give me a better answer, honestly. I'd rather just leave it vague. Even if we escape the dredge, that serpent set of darkness was covering the world. I don't know how long that will take. Or what it means, even. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. The Menders are in Arborang. If we can find ships and make it to the capital, we might have a chance. That's awfully optimistic here, buddy. I won't take any more time. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spend all day worrying about serpents or sunder. I think a lot of people are intimidated, or scared maybe, of me. Don't worry, it's nothing new. I'm used to it. Maybe sometime we can talk about things that don't include the world ending. That's optimistic. Also, what the hell was the point of that conversation? I suppose we're going to just leave. I've got great morale, and I kind of want to make it go up a little. No, we're just gonna go. Rook, wait, please, Avon begs. She said she'd be here. We need her. You can tell he's terrified of leaving, as though he'd be giving up on Juno. Okay, just a little longer. I'm sure she'll catch up with us. She's not coming. I don't know. Just a little longer? You tell Avon you'll stick out a little longer, but you're not certain how long you're willing to wait yourself. Every day lost becomes more precarious. Oh, do I... I'm gonna rest. Oh, hello. A scuffle has broken out in front of the houses. Thief! Shouts one of your people as a group of strangers flee from your camp. Oddleaf is already running in their direction. They took our supplies! You hear from nearby. All of them? Chase the thieves, try to talk it out with the locals, tell the caravan to ready to leave immediately, ignore the theft, and protect the caravan. I kind of want to just say fuck 'em. Chasing the thieves and trying to talk with the locals is definitely going to be a battle, so I don't want to battle, honestly. I've got Bulwark at level 5, and I've got some others at level 5. I don't need more battles. We're going to ignore the theft and protect the caravan for whatever that does. Let them go, you shout before anyone rushes off. Better keep what we have than chase after something that's gone. Townspeople continue to peek out from windows and around corners, but nobody makes another swipe at your supplies. That's probably for the best. Let's get the fuck out of here. But we already waited. She's not coming. I'm sure she'll catch up with us. Avon looks out across the lake with a 1,000-mile stare. He says nothing. We've got problems, says Ivor. The whole place is flooded. We could try to walk the muddy parts, but it'll be slow going. We could try to float the caravan over the lake, but we might tip or get stuck. Or we could just go around the whole thing, but no idea how long that'll take. What do you think? We're going to pay some locals for help. Again, because I have, with my third eye, seen through the ether what maybe the best option is going to be. The locals become a lot more helpful when you swallow your pride and start offering food for help crossing the river. They give you small fishing boats to borrow and show you the area with the best chance of making it across. You hope your luck holds out as you launch from the shore. Despite, or you suspect because of your vigilance, the locals from Sigerholm don't try anything underhanded, as they take you in their small boats to the other side of the lake over several trips. You leave them with a generous amount of food, and they row back to their town. You hope it's worth it to buy some space from Bellower, who will have to drag his armies through the mud on foot. Well, fuck the village, I guess. Oh, just 1 day of supplies, that's nothing. Morale improved. Oh, hey, more renown. Good, because I spent a bunch. Morale declined. Great, that's what you want to see. Oh, well, we lost a day. I truly have no idea where we're going from here. The trees don't make me feel super comfortable. Oh no, my morale declined. Bollocks. Yeah, okay, we're in a camp. I think actually that's a... goddamn console error. That's good enough that happened. I'm gonna rest, and then I'll call it an episode here. I'm getting a little bit worried because I feel like maybe that battle would have been a better call so I could get some more levels on my people, but at the same time, like, I really don't want to battle if I don't have to. But, well, already gone. Can't go back now, so with that being said, I'm not 100% sure exactly where we're going to be going starting in this next episode, but that is the end of this one. So if you want to know what's going to happen or what possibly bad decisions I'm going to make, please feel free to join me in the next episode.